Go. Okay. Here we have it, guys. Again, Vikings for Vinchester, and Fire is playing as the Vikings as well. Interesting aspect to this, to those of you watching on YouTube, those of you which decided not to show up to the live stream today, shame on you. Just kidding. If you want to check out the live stream, that link should be below the video. Vinchester used a rehost last time, so since he used a rehost, he will be stuck with whatever maps he gets for the following games. Fire can use a rehost. I think Vinchester's map is better this time around. It's not great because he does have golds forward and a stone over here. On the back, he has stone though and gold, and needs more space. In fact, oh my gosh, this is great. If Dave was here, he could figure out what we could call this map, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4 resources back here and a lot of space. So it's really not bad. This is the problem for Vinch, but he has resources to fall back to. But yeah, it's important to point out that Vinch can no longer use a rehost now. Both players are playing as Vikings. It will be team random throughout the group stages. The Fire, meanwhile, he has his main gold over here, and he has stone up here. And this is actually a pretty bad map for Fire now. He doesn't have a lot of space himself. So Vinchester has a godlike map, even has a relic inside his base, and Fire does not have a good map. Grenade map. How is that a grenade? Duck. How is that a duck? I don't see a duck either. It could be a pipe. Could be a pipe, but I don't know. I'm not gonna try, because you guys are gonna be like, what? And just total what face in the chat. But Fire so far has not chosen to re. He has till 4 minutes and 1 second to do that. Let's talk about the relic positions. There's a gold over, or sorry, a relic over here, a relic over here, relic here as well. And then Vinchester has one in his base and one very close to his base. Now, as Vikings, it's always very interesting when you're playing the same civilization, because you can talk about metagame all you want, but there really is no strength to a civilization when you're playing versus that same civ. Now, Vikings, they have a strong economy, so we could easily see a boom play where players would go 3 TC, go to imp and play it out, but we could also see some high aggression as well. The whole map looks like a grenade. I can see that. I was actually just looking at Vinch's base. I was looking at Vinch's walls and trying to imagine a grenade. But the whole map does look like a grenade. Now that I see that, it looks exactly like a grenade. How did he think of that so fast? I don't know. The guy's an animal. Vinch has his deer out here, which is going to be a struggle. He can't lure them. But yeah, it's going to be a relatively slow start to this one, so we're going to have more time to talk about the grenade and other things like that. Last time Vinch played, he lured in his scout with his scout. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me today? He's bored with his scout. And now he's actually able to do the deer as well. But yeah, he has all his resources inside his base that he needs now. Like this boar he can bring in. But that was really nice. He didn't even use the sheep to open the gate. That just comes from playing thousands and thousands of games. Alright. Fire has deleted a hole in his wall to lure in these deer. And yeah, they're going to build up to the castle age now, guys. I would like to see some aggressive play. The bases aren't too far apart because of the grenade setup. You can see that the outside of the grenade, the air around the grenade is really in favor of Fire as far as the wood line goes. The wood in this case is the air around the grenade, so we'll say the wood around the grenade. So that means that Fire is going to be pushed towards the center of the map, and he really could push towards the middle if he wanted to. However, the problem is because Vinchester is settling into the pin of the grenade, he has a lot of resources to fall back to. We'll see if Fire is able to recognize that. I'm going to cast the rest of this game talking about the map in grenade terms. I don't know a lot of grenade terminology, I could always pause the game and work on that if you guys want, so just let me know. But I think for now we're just going to stick with whatever words I know. Vinchester might be the one to be aggressive though, if he sees what Fire has going on back at his base. Just like when he played Viper, he hasn't scouted out yet though, and I don't know where his scout is. In fact, did that deer go back? Yeah, unfortunately for Vinch, he did go back. Vinch is back here scouting the end of the clip or pin. Is it a pin or clip? I don't know. What's this? Let's just admit it. I don't know much about grenades. But Vinchester is down on this part of the grenade. And we're going to stop the grenade talk and talk about Fire's uptime in comparison to Vinchester's. Vinchester is on his way up now. He went up with 27 villagers. Both players have yet to scout out. He's scouting the pin. Is that a pin? That's a pretty big pin. I just think it's very weird that Vinchester never scouts. Never scouts. And the reason he doesn't scout is because he uses his scout to lure in the boars. Vinch says, do you know Stark style? And Fire says, fuck Stark. Wow. Can we get the walls in the chat for Stark, please? I think we're playing Arena. There's already walls. We need to give some credit to Stark. That was rude from Fire. I just don't get why Vinchester doesn't scout. It makes no sense. Just use your villager to lure in your boars, man. We saw it versus Viper. You didn't have a scout and it hurt you. Why are you doing this again? Fire is hoping to be the first one up. I think he will be the first one up. But then again, Vinchester will be right behind him, and Vinchester will then... Well, did he build the wrong building? Not sure. Vinchester will then have more villagers on the way up, so that kind of evens out in my opinion. It depends on the approach. Fire's gone up pretty early, but as Vikings you can pull that off. He's clicked up, and you can see at 15-18 he will be in the castle age. Thank you, spectator overlay. So I wonder what Fire will do. He's gone up a little bit earlier. Relics are very important. He does have 4 on gold. Now sometimes what you will see with Vikings in a Vikings mirror is somebody get the barracks up and then an archery range and go for crossbows. However, that's very pricey, but the crossbows basically get map control and they stop the opponent from getting the relics. Fire has not built the barracks. Vinchester has not built a barracks. I think Vinchester's going to go full boom with this map. I mean, look at it. It's a beautiful grenade. I just don't know what they will do. Is he talking about Stark from Game of Thrones? No, Stark is an Age of Empires player who is notorious for walling. And a lot of people don't like him. He's also notorious for a personality which can rub people the wrong way. You can already see Vinchester is proving my point. He's turtling up, guys. He's walling in towards his TC, and he is making sure that if he does receive some pressure, he can fall back to these resources. Fire will probably go for TCs as well. After a monastery, it's really important to get as many relics as possible. And we'll probably see just that. Vinchester will have 1 guaranteed, though. And Vinchester still has not scouted outside his walls. Can anybody explain this? It makes no sense. Fire could be right here with like 16.5 castles. Right here. He could have them all on 99%, and then all at once he could just give them a tap and they could all go up, and Vinchester would have no way of knowing because he's not scouting. Now, of course, it's impossible, but that's just a ridiculous example. You have to scout. And you have to have your scout on full HP so you can scout, most importantly. I mean, I don't understand the decision from Vinchester to continue to use his scout to lure in his boars and then struggle with scouting. However, I believe he may heal his scout in a second. He definitely doesn't want to go out now. Did we see a monastery from Ooh, okay, this is important. This indicates Fire is going to go for an early Imperial Age attack, because Fire is not going for a monastery. He does not care about relics. It could indicate that, or it could indicate a Castle Age attack, but I would foresee this being an Imperial Age attack from Fire. There you go, the scout's now healed up. Again though, Fire could have had crossbows out here by now. He could have been pulling off a different strategy, and Vinchester would have had no clue. So I still don't agree with the move. However, I like that Vinchester is going for monks. This is the best play from Vinch with the map he has. He can turtle up, so get the relics, get as many as possible, get them as fast as possible, and to be honest, you could get all of them. So I disagree with the decision from Fire to not even go for the relics. I mean, it's a risky decision, because basically his attack has to work, and we've already seen that Vinchester has a great map to defend from any attack. So we'll see how this goes. You can see Fire sees the monks. He's going to try and do what damage he can with his scout, but he doesn't want to lose this scout. I don't think he particularly cares about getting the relics, so he'll just kill as many monks as possible, and that was a smart move. That monk is going down, and the Sloughs has subscribed. Welcome to the T90 Elite. Ooh, is he going to commit to this one? That was dumb. Why didn't Fire just run away? I don't know. Welcome to the T90 Elite, Sloughs. Thank you guys for the subs today. Enjoy the emotes, enjoy the relics, and speaking of relics, Vinchester is probably going to get all of them. Now that he has 2 scouts, a lot of monks out. Go, old man, go. Fun fact, you see how the monk has the staff in his left hand? Well, when he turns to the right, he switches his staff to the right side. So it looks like the monk, when he was younger, was playing NFL football, and he knows to always have the staff to the outside. That way it can't get stripped. So that's just your fun fact of the day from T90 Official. We'll actually watch it with one of these monks in a second, just to prove my point. But there's a siege workshop from Vinch, so Vinch is actually going to go aggressive. Okay, ready? Left hand. Left hand. Maybe we need to watch this guy, because he's turning. Left hand. Oh, I can't tell. This is important business, guys. We need to figure this out. We need to find an example monk. Okay, this guy will... What? He just turned right. I swear, we saw this the one stream. I can't be made a fool. Left hand. Left hand. Vinch is gonna attack. Don't worry, we'll talk about that in a second. Left hand. Turn right, dang it. Turn the other way. All these monks are lefties. Why are all the monks lefties? There we go, right hand. Left hand. Alright, so maybe it's the other way around. When you turn left, it goes to the right side? I don't know. But Vinch is going a little bit aggressive. We'll worry about the monk thing later on. Yeah, he's going to the left, it goes to the right. But Fire's on his way to the Imperial Age. Vinch is going to need to get there as well. There we go, it just switched as well. Yes, it's switching. Yes, the Magadel comes in, and you can see the monk is switching his staff. Eurosob, welcome to the T90 Elite. That's probably the most important sub we've ever had. I mean, during that conversation, thanks for the support. And this is going to be interesting because you can see Fire is going for crossbow, so he'll go for arbalest. And Vinch, well, he could click up to Imp now, but he doesn't have the buildings. That Mangonel is going to be fun. I'm going to see 2 Mangonels probably. But Mangonel is basically just causing a little bit of idle time for Fire. And Fire, ooh, could lose his Mangonel. Good micro from Vinchester. Do it again, you didn't see it? Lies. Lies. These monks don't believe you, they're running away. Fire's probably going to try and use his crossbows to pick up this Mangonel now. It's on such a low count of HP. We could see this Mangonel survive a little bit longer though. You can see the push coming out from Fire now as he's about to hit the Imperial Age. Villagers are coming out as well. This Mangonel is still alive on 2 HP. I can't believe that. And oh man, I talked about turtling up. Vinchester didn't really do that. He has his buildings out here. That could be a problem, but you can see Fire in the Imperial Age. He doesn't have a strong on Eco, and Vinchester here killing a Maganel. Can he kill another one? That's huge. Vinchester needed to buy himself some time so these buildings could stay up, and he did just that. Castle on the front. This is good for Vinchester. He needs the points. He doesn't need the monks. 2 Maganels down. You can see Fire's going for skirmishers and crossbows, but he doesn't have much else. Good split from Fire. There's another Maganel back here from Vinch. I wonder if he's tempted to go Onager with this map, because he has everything behind that castle that's about to go up. There's now another siege workshop from Fire. I mean, Fire's just going to micro this Maganel down right now. I mean, Vinch should probably think about sending these out at another time once the military starts massing from Fire. But to be honest, it's just skirmishers coming out now, and if there's 2 Maganels, they can do a lot more damage. 3 as well. Castle on the front. And Onager is on its way in. I think Vinchester recognizes he has time. Look at the build difference. Vinch has 12 more. He is getting 2-man Saw. He's getting a lot of upgrades. Very smart that he used this siege workshop to research Onager. He'll probably take out the Rams. Fire's going for Cap Dram and Arbalest, which is great. But against Onager, he's going to struggle, and they're just Maganels now. But still, they'll take out the Rams. Elite Skirmisher is not an upgrade that will end a game. Or win a game. You need a lot more than that. And I think Vinchester is recognizing that, and he's going to build another siege workshop, but pull back. Fire's using some good micro, but these Onagers are a lot stronger than the Maganels. I really like the choice of another gate here from Vinch, because these units are going to need time to run back, but there's the spam from Fire. Now, Fire has a lot of idols back here. Vinch will see when he goes to this gold out here. Vinch has a moment to prepare his army. Vinchester only has Onagers, though. He's getting scale mail? Why is he getting scale mail? Is he tempted to go? Oh, he's gonna go berserks. He's gonna go berserks. We're gonna see it. And you know what? If he goes berserks and Onagers, I don't think Fire has a response to this. I really don't. I don't think Fire can do anything. Now, Vinch doesn't have Loom, which is a problem, because 2 Arbalests could stop this castle. But if he's getting infantry upgrades, that means berserks could come out, and Fire will lose all those skirmishers fast. Still no Loom for Vinch. He's still going to go after this castle. There's a little bit more range now. Fire's going to micro down the Monk and micro down the Vills. I really want to see berserks. But Fire, he's had time. Fire can now mass up his economy a little bit more behind this. That's a lot of Onagers, though. Trebs now from Vinch. Vinch needs more than just Onagers. All the map controls in Fire's favor. Fire's going for Light Cav. Light Cav is great against Onagers. These Onagers cannot come out if there's Light Cav out there. Vinch is building another castle. He's getting hoardings. He is just hoarding up all the resources. He's getting another blacksmith. Hoardings will give his castle a little bit more HP. But I just want to know if he's going to do something else. And he has to be. He's getting architecture now as well. What is the plan from Vinchester? There's no siege onager for him. Fire, meanwhile, is just massing a ton of military, and I think he's scared. Like, if you're Fire and you see 2 castles like that and you know you can't push it back, you should be scared. Vinch pulling a Stark? Well, that's actually really good hindsight. Vinch said, "Do you know Stark style?" And Fire said, "Fuck Stark." This is literally Stark style. And the thing is, Vinchester has all the relics. So Fire is probably regretting his decision to not get any. It's actually really funny in hindsight, because Vinchester literally told him what he was going to do. He said, do you know Stark style? Well, this is Stark style. Fortified wall, turtle up. Almost kill your own Treb. I don't know why he sent that Treb out there. Alright, Vinch. Pikeman now. Notice how he's stockpiling all the gold. So he might just be going into Pikeman and Skirmisher. Like, all of the gold in the back, Vinch should not lose this one now. He's playing it smart. But Fire has a lot of resources out here as well. Fire needs to lock down these resources, and he's doing that with these walls. Woo woo woo. Elite Berserk! On its way in! Get hyped! Get hyped! There it is! Upgrade coming in. How many is he gonna make? And I really hope he sends them in between the castles and doesn't put them in the castles. If he puts them in the castles, then Fire will know what's up. Now, Fire has a lot of Arbalest, but of course, the good counter to the Arbalest is the Onagers. So 4 castles for Vinch, all in the front, 7,000 HP. Fire still has no castle of his own. Fire said, fuck Stark, and now he's about to get Starked all over. I'm pretty sure these Berserks are going to have full upgrades as well, because of all the upgrades I saw coming in. Yep, full upgrades after Blast Furnace. This is going to be great, and he is sending them here. So that means he'll probably attack shortly. So what's Fire going to do? I mean, anything Fire does now, it's going to be difficult for him. It's like Berserks were made for 1v1 Vikings War, really. Because if it's post-imp and Onagers can counter the Skirmishers and the Arbalests, nothing that Vikings has can counter the Berserks. Like, the Berserks can run in and pick off the Onagers, the Berserks can run and pick off the Trebs. They can kill the Light Cav. They can kill Champion. They can kill Cavalier, too, which it looks like Fire's going into. He has a lot of Light Cav here. We're going to see a big fight now, guys. We're going to see a huge fight. Trebs coming out, Onagers coming out, Berserks coming out. There's not a ton of Berserks, but now Fire sees them. Fire will probably hit and run with the Light Cav, and he's going for that now. You can see over here a little bit of raiding from Fire, and actually he has tempted this one Onager to come out, but the Onager can get a big shot in, but it will go down, the Skirmishers. So Onager from Fire, it would be so impressive if Fire was able to win this, because he doesn't have any relics. He doesn't even have, plays 1 castle, sorry. He has stockpiled a ton of stone. You can see his Onager is going after the Treb. Didn't take any out now. Onager's running forward. We're going to need to see Cavalier from Fire to help out. The Cavalier can go after the Onagers, and if the Onagers go down, then the Arbalest can do work versus the Berserks. How often do you see Berserks at this level? How often do you see Berserks on Arena when there's walls? And we could see a big shot. Fire needs to be careful here. He needs to be really careful. The Arbalests are right there. Fire, be careful. Be careful, Fire. There's the shot. And it actually missed, but Fire still has not paid attention. And oh my gosh, destruction. Destruction and insta GG. Wow. What a play. What a play from Vinchester. Oh man, that was smart play. Smart map awareness, really. And Fire certainly was up against it with his map, but he should have done a little bit more, I think. I don't know. Vinchester had a huge advantage with his map, and certainly after the 5 relics he had a big advantage, but when you think back on games like that, you have to look at what happened and you have to say, okay, Fire has to stop this. He has to stop that. And what he did was not good enough. So I think maybe being aggressive in the Castle Age, things that I said probably wouldn't work. He would have had to have tried. I don't know. So many factors in this, but well played from Vinchester. I love the cheeky little bit of banter in the chat where he said, "Do you know Stark style?" Because Fire got to witness it here, and Fire